Hello and welcome to this tutorial video. Today I will be showing you how I make my Speedpaint videos. So without further ado, here's the first step. So opening up Ibis Paint, I go to the picture that I want to make into a Speedpaint. I touch the three little dots on the right side of the screen and I press Save Time-Lapse Video. And then you have some options here. So I usually go for 120 seconds because that's 2 minutes. So we're going to export this Speedpaint as an automatic thing. So now that Speedpaint is saved, we can go back to Kinemaster for the second step. Alright, so now we create a new project and name it whatever you want, but I'm going to name it Peace and Tranquility because that's the Speedpaint name. And Speedpaint. And now I can put the movie into Kinemaster. So that full Speedpaint has been edited down automatically by Ibis Paint. But before we continue, we move on to step 3, background. So for the background, I like to stick to the theme of the drawing to the best of my ability so that it can be coherent. So since there's cherry blossom trees in this drawing, I'm going to look up cherry blossom at night. And I'm going to pick a picture that I like the most. So I really like this picture, so I'm going to download it. And I'm going to bring it back into Ibis Paint so that I can widen it for the video. So the size of this is the exact same size as the YouTube ratio thumbnail, so that just fits into my editing program just for this type of style of the video that I'm making. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stretch this out so that it fits in all the spots. And I'm going to save that version. So now I'm going to be able to make that background move. So I'm going to hit the back button and I'm going to create a new project again, and I'm going to name this BG for background. And I'm going to put this picture in here. So I am able to make this move with the power of editing. So this option right here called pan and zoom, I'm going to use that option, make it go in and out. The ending point zooms in so that it goes like that. So when it plays, it goes like this. And then what I do is I duplicate this piece, go to the pan and zoom, go to the end point again, I link them, and then I go back to the big one. So now it zooms in and out for the video. So I'm gonna save this video, and this is gonna act as the background for the text that I'm gonna insert back in the regular project. So first I add media and I go image assets with a black image right there so that it fades in. So transition, you can use the fade transition, crossfade, so it goes in like that. And then I'm going to add the special background that we made in here. So it fades into this background. Now I'm going to add a nice effect to this. I'm going to add a camera shake effect that makes it go around so that it's more fancy and it pops out when you first watch the video. It's eye-catching. So it goes in like that. And I'm going to add another piece of that moving background so that we can have space for the text. And then I'm going to add some Gaussian blur. just to give a nicer effect and to focus on the text easier. Now before we do the text, we go to step 4, music. Now you can use any song from YouTube that you like, but for now I'm going to use this song, Quiet by Lights. So I'm going to copy the link, and now I'm going to go to a MP4 to MP3 converter with a YouTube link. So this converts the video into an audio. So I'll have the link to that converter in the description. So now that I'm at the YouTube converter website, I input the link and press convert. And then I download it. So now I have that song in my files. Back to Kinemaster, we can now insert that music into the video. So we go audio, and then albums, download, and then you can find your song in here. So now when you play your video, you'll have the audio. Alright, so now we can finally move on to step 5, which is text. So now I'm going to press layer, text, and then you can say whatever you need in the video, and you can put whatever photos and pictures you need before the Speedpaint starts. And you can do whatever you want with the text. I just have a certain way of doing mine. So I have the transition pop, and I have the out transition to be snap closed. So it has that nice opener like this, and then it has that nice closer like that. So now you just organize where your text is in the video as the song plays, and you can duplicate the text to keep the same type of settings on the text. So you duplicate it, and then you can go back to edit and make your new text. Now we can move on to step 6, effects. So I like to put some of the picture on the side to fill in the black. So I layer, once again, I layer with pictures and this. But the nice thing about this layer is I can do split screen. So I go to the split screen and do the side option, and then it has this nice type of framing to it that you can put on the side of your video. And sometimes I lower the opacity so that it doesn't take away from the picture. And I make these little side things fade in and fade out so that it has that nice presentation. And now I make those little parts go all the way to the end of the Speedpaint. I add a little bit of blur to cover the Ibis Paint logo. And in Kinemaster you can use any type of transition in here that you like. And if you don't have Kinemaster Premium, you just have limited transition effects. So I'm gonna find one that I like here. So I like these petals because of the Sakurai theme. And then at the end of the Speedpaint, I like to do a little bit of a showcase. So what I do is I get a black image asset once again, and I get a layer piece on here of the picture, the finished picture, and I actually animate it so that it goes like this. So there's little keyframe points here on the side. So I'm going to add another keyframe point. The first point is that turning, and then the last point is this. Then fade in, fade out. And at the very end, I'd like to add a white fade in and fade out to see the final picture. And then the final picture I have here is the picture by itself with nothing else added to it, so the person can see the picture. And then finally at the very end, I add the same exact starting point with the moving background, and I put it at the very end saying thanks for watching. And I copy some of the assets on over. And then with that, I add another black piece. And finally, I cut off the music right at the end, and I have a little envelope here, so I go down and then up at this point again, so that it goes down and it fades out with the music. So this comes in, the words are there. And with that, you're finally done all the editing. Now you have a beautiful speed paint that you can look back on and upload to your YouTube channel. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day/night, and goodbye.